Yo, Still Mills, what's the deal, man? It's my first video since I've been back. I just got back Sunday, Sunday evening. I haven't watched the fights or nothing. So, yeah, it is what it is. But peep game, man, we gotta get into this shit, man. And that's David Morrell, man. I really want to talk about something with that I heard about David Morrell, man. First off, I want to say, yo, man, when he pressed Edgar Berlanga, his energy was way different than what it was when he faced off when he stood in front of Caleb Plant, man. Like he ain't won no Edgar ain't won no drama with no David Morrell, bro. He ain't won no drama with no shit talking with none of that. At least that's how it looked to me on the outside looking in. It looked like he ain't won no drama with that dude because he knew what time it was, man. But he ain't had his energy was different with Caleb Plant because in the face of Caleb Plant, you look, oh man, you a white boy masquerading as a nigga, even though Edgar Berlanga ain't no nigga. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of what I want to speak to, man. I made multiple videos about it before, with these mestizos having an over level of comfort of using, throwing the word nigga around. It bothers me. Now, David Morrell is that's a black man. Like you wouldn't even know that motherfucker spoke Spanish until you approached him and asked him a question, and he look at you with the you know how they do when Latinos come up here, they don't speak the language. You ask them a question and they kind of smile and like nod their head. You wouldn't know he had a Cuban background until that very point. So that's a black man, you dig? I'm looking in the face of a black man when I'm looking at David Morrell. However, it's just the notion that these, it, Latinos who come up here decide, not decide, but they amalgamate into a certain culture. They like, they like the way that the brethren talks or whatever. So that automatically makes them think that they get to throw the word nigga around. And because from a social standpoint, it's a lot more acceptable than other motherfuckers throwing. Oh man, he black, he Mexican. Don't matter if he's half Mexican. Don't matter if he a quarter Mexican. You dig? He can be 75% white, 25% mestizo. Because of that 25% completely usurps that 75% Eurogenetic and it's coursing through their veins, and that means they automatically get to throw the word nigga around, man. And that shit bothers me, man. Even watching David Morrell's interview, I can't remember who it was with. I think it was with Kevin Garcia. He was interviewing Ryo, and David Morrell is starting to learn English, and his English is getting good, and just nah nigga, my nigga, and I'm like, man, come on, bro. I don't want to have to deal with this. And it's like I said before, it's not necessarily with David Morrell. It's not just about David Morrell. It just speaks to the overall picture of these Spanish speaking motherfuckers just really getting comfortable with throwing the word nigga around. That bothers me. I'm not even gonna cap, man. It irks my soul, man, because it's like, bro, because if you comfortable enough to say it as with Spanish being your native tongue, and you don't, a lot of motherfuckers are thinking, people throw genetics out the window. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, well, if you're Cuban, you're Cuban. If you're from Cuba, you're Cuban. It doesn't matter if you're a Spaniard or a conquistador. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're a German in Puerto Rico. You're Cuban. You're Cuban. You're Puerto Rican. Or you a white man in the Dominican Republic. No, it don't matter. You're Dominican. It's like, man, come on, man. Just no, bro. No. No. I don't like even with Edgar Berlanga, man, just throwing I'm gonna knock this nigga, I'm knocking this. Like, bro, come on, man. I don't like this shit. I don't like this shit. This shit is corny as fuck to me, man. I'm just at one point, just at what point do my people stand up and say, man, y'all gotta chill. Y'all gotta chill, man. Like this over comfort of y'all throwing around talking this nigga shit, bro. I'm gonna continue to make videos about this every time some shit like this pops up because it bothers me. It bothers me. I cannot greet you in brotherhood by way of a racial epithet. That's just what it is, man. What me and my people do is between me and my people. And I consider David Morrell me and my people, but it's just the fact, just it's not necessarily David Morrell. It sets a precedence for all Latinos where they think they got passes to that word because they not white, and that's just a part of the vernacular of Americans. Because now everybody in America is saying nigga. If I have it my way, no. If I had it my way, motherfucker be punished by way of by way of the law for saying that shit if you ain't black. You know what I'm saying? If I had it my way, but I can't have it my way. But because everybody is saying that shit, then now all of a sudden it's all of a sudden cool for everybody to have passage to that word. And I just I'm real standoffish with that, man. I'm very much so standoffish with that. So David, it's not that David Morrell saying it is bothering me. It's just the entire precedence behind it, man, and the fact that he's comfortable with saying that shit. Because if some of his mestizo homies from the island come around, or he's in Minneapolis, man, I'm sure he don't mind. It's dragging amounts of Mexicans up there in Minneapolis, man. I'm sure he don't. I wouldn't be surprised if he learned that shit from them. I wouldn't be surprised at that shit if he learned that from them at all. And it's acceptable. Oh man, no, they ain't black, they Mexican, like, man, come on, man. Just I was really watching that interview and it was irking my nerves, man. It was irking my nerves just because of the precedent that's being set with it, just with that is a rep, just that issue speak, that interview speaks to a bigger issue. That's what I'm getting at. That's my beef in the whole grand scheme of things, man. David Morrell, just a nigga, before he's even mastered the English language, nigga is just flying out of his mouth. I'm just like, man, come on, champ. Like, we really about to do this. We really about to do this. I don't like it, man. It irks my soul, man. I haven't heard. Well, at least I haven't heard. You dig? So I can't say yay or nay, like right or wrong. Or if I can't say yay or nay to this, but I haven't heard Jermaine Ortiz talk that nigga shit, bro. I'm just I don't want to hate if I like how you box in the ring. I don't want to have some sort of issue with you. I honestly don't. I don't want to be a detractor of yours. I don't want to do none of that. When you look at the Benavidez brothers, I ain't never heard them say nigga. I've never heard that. Could be wrong, given just the flow of society today, but I've never heard it. You know, I'm scared. What happens when Carlos Adames starts speaking English? Man, it's like, man, y'all got to come on, man. And Carlos Adames, as I said about David Morrell, that's a black man when I look at him in his face, man. But it's just the precedent that's being set when it comes to these Spanish speaking, foreign or these imports. It bothers me, man. It bothers me. Bothers the shit out of me, man. Learn the language, bro. And then after you learn the language, before you even fix your lips to say the word, just simply understand the paradigms of that word. Understand it. Understand it, man. I've stopped saying nigga around non-black people. I honestly have. Unless I know for a fact you're not gonna say nigga no way. So all right, cool. I'm feeling a little bit. I can say it around you. I can be myself a little bit more because I ain't got to worry about the response. Because you comfortable saying, oh well, shit, he comfortable saying it around me. So now I'm about to get overtly comfortable and say it around him. I don't like that shit. I don't like that shit at all. I distance myself from them motherfuckers who do that shit. It bothers the shit out of me. And I'm going to continue to beat the drum on behalf of this shit, man. So it's like I said, I'll say it again. David Morrell, I'm looking in the face of a black man, so I'm not mad that he's saying it, but I'm mad that the precedent that it is set that just because you're a Latino, you automatically give passages to that word. And you don't even have to master the English language before you start getting overly comfortable using the word. I take issue with that. I'm listening to him talk. I'm like, this dude is not saying nigga. And this nigga saying nigga. I'm like, man, come on, bro. This what we doing? Nah, nigga, nigga, man, come on, dude. Why is we doing this, man? Like, it irks my fucking soul. And then when you decide to match that energy or you call them something that's immediately indicative to them and their people, that's inflammatory, they got the nerve to clutch their pearls, man. Like, nah, bro, listen. You don't, there's a struggle in which you come from. You're a part of our lineage, so yeah, you understand it or whatever, man. But not even speaking of David Morrell, you dig what I'm saying? Not even speaking of David Morrell, but you're a part of our lineage, you understand it or whatever, man. But let me explain some shit to you about this word, man. Like, y'all, everybody cannot just get passages to this word. It just can't be like that. It can't be like that. It's not cool. And I need y'all to understand that there's still a large contingency of black people who do not like that shit. Everybody ain't rolling with, everybody ain't, Everybody ain't conforming to social norms, bro. This shit ain't cool. And it bothers me that I have such a high level of morale that I won't allow myself to stoop down and call you and match your energy by calling you something out of your name. You're calling you out of your name by way of a racial epithet, because I know for a fact I have mestizos that I fuck with. My wife is a mestizo. I got relos, mestizos. I got homies, mestizos, who don't say that word. And how would I look like saying that word to y'all, knowing that it's going to trigger them? They not trying to hear the fact that, yo, man, he just, well, you called him that, so he gives passages to call you back. And it shouldn't even be like that. It shouldn't be like that. I shouldn't have to call you a derogatory term that's going to trigger everybody around you to show you how that shit feels when I'm telling you, or when it's a multitude of people telling you, fam, I really ain't feeling that shit. I'm not feeling that shit. You know, I don't, man, come on, man. Come on. David Morrell, fam, master the English language, bro. God damn. Master that shit. Master the English language first, man, before you get to talking, because just all I can tell off rip, bro. You can't. It's impossible for you to understand the historicity behind that word. You ain't got a clue what it is that you saying. And if somebody approaches you about it, it'll be, oh, whoa, I didn't know that was a bad word. Like, what you mean? Like, people get offended when they say, hey, yo, homies, like, what's up with you in this word? Y'all got the nerve to get offended for saying a word that is offensive. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? You know what I'm saying? There are black people who do not use the word nigga. We still have elders running around here in their 80s and their 90s, or even in their hundreds, even in their 70s, man, who was around for that tumultuous period. They 60s. My mom and dad will be 60 years old this year. They was born in 1964. There's people of that ilk that are still running around here, and you up here, you know, they get offended by that word. My grandfather is still alive, man. Like, they ain't trying to see no stringy hair mystique, brown skin mestizo running around saying that shit. If my wife said that shit in front of them, that would be a problem. That would be a problem. Like, what are you talking about, nigga? Like, nigga, what? Who told you it was cool for you to say that shit? Oh, I'm married to a black man. Who told him it was cool? Who told him it was cool for him to give you permission to say that shit? That means nothing, man. That means nothing. I don't, like I said, I don't like nobody who speaks like us that ain't us, because I know for a fact the word nigga ain't too far off their tongue. I don't like that shit. I don't like that shit at all, man. You know what I'm saying? It's about respect. Respect people's lineage, respect people's heritage, man. I'm one of them dudes who gets irritated when black people come to the ring in Mexican garb. I think that's offensive and is disrespectful to them, because the minute they turn around and they match your energy and they come to the ring in some Afrocentric garb, the hair like Khabib with the cake cutter pick hanging out the side of it with the fist at the end of it for the handle, they come out in some RBG colors and shit like that, or they come out in NOI or FOI attire, Nation of Islam shit. They come out and shit like that, it's gonna be a problem, bro. I'ma feel slighted about that. Who the fuck is y'all? You got me fucked up. Respect people's lineage, man. That's what that's what it all boils down to. Respect people's lineage before you get into, like, I can't. It's probably just. I was told years ago, man. Like, I was always going, just being, just happy to know that I knew a little bit of Spanish, so I get a paisa, get around them Mexicans and paisa, but they don't. A lot of Mexicans don't like that shit, because they like, I'm not no fucking paisa, dog. I'm not no paisa. I'm not no cowboy. I don't wear the boots and the sombreros and all that. Nah, man, no. I grew up in America. You dig? I'm out here in dunks and forces and chucks and all that shit. That's my attire. I'm not no paisa. So you had to learn that. I had to learn that. And that's it, just in any other instant, like whatever country you go to, man. When you want to start learning the slang words and start speaking like how the native speakers speak in that country, there's certain words that you may not necessarily have access to without triggering a motherfucker in that country that you're in. And those those parameters and boundaries have to be respected. And we just don't seem to get that same treatment because our culture is just it's too potent. You dig? Everybody want to listen to hip hop. Everybody want to talk, walk, and dress like this, man. There is no corner of this globe that black culture hasn't touched. So with that being said, they just us them saying nigga isn't as inflammatory as us saying a derogatory term about them. Yeah. So like I said, it's not necessarily David Morrell that I'm talking to, even though I am talking to him, because like that is a black man right there. But it's still like, bro, oh my God, you set the precedence and you don't even realize it, man. You don't even realize it. You don't even realize it, man. I'm watching shit in the Bronx, and I think it was something in the Bronx, some hood vlog shit I was watching. And saw these Dominicans on there, and the most mestizo looking dude is on there. Yeah, my niggas right here. These my niggas. I'm like, man, come on. I had to turn the shit off. Like, I don't want to watch this shit. I don't want to watch this shit, bro. I don't want to watch it. That shit irks my nerves, man. So for David Morrell to come up over here, get to talking that nigga shit, that he ain't even mastered the English language yet, is blowing me. Homie faded. Yeah, nah, nigga. Nah, man. I'm going to really need you just this. And like I said, this is what happened, just when it comes to the LDBC. This is when I go and I turn to them and seek refuge in them because I know I don't stand alone on this. My feelings are not, my feelings are not I'm not the only one who shares the sentiment, like the anxiety and uncomfortability of non-black people saying the word nigga. Even though I think David Morrell is black, you aren't necessarily of the culture. You know what I'm saying? As of yet, yeah, you have to amalgamate into that, and your amalgamation into that is learning the language and mastering the language first before you get to talking about some nigga shit. Because you are not going, you ain't gonna be the one to check none of your indigenous brethren, your indigenous Cuban compatriots about using it and give them a history lesson on the inflammatoriness of behind that word, bro. You're not gonna be that guy. You're not gonna be that guy, bro. I really hate the fact that we have to share our culture and we have to share our culture but not our pain. You know what I'm saying? Y'all are completely desensitized to the pain of that word, but y'all want to use the shit because of how it's used. How it sounds cool, how it rolls off your tongue, the music, man. Like, why do y'all decide y'all want to key in on that word of all words, bro? I don't like that shit. That's just, I don't like that shit. And every time I hear one of these cats say that shit, I'm gonna speak on it. I'm going to speak on it. To tell, the Lopez's still ain't learned their lesson, bro. I hate them dudes. I hate them dudes. Even when Angel Garcia is to a certain degree learned his lesson. Learned his lesson. I mean, I gotta chill, bro. I gotta chill. He got canceled for that shit that he did to Keith Thurman. He got canceled for that shit. I've never heard Gabe Rosado say nigga. Never heard it. And I hope I never hear it. Because I fuck with Gabe Rosado. Oh, man, come on, man. Come on. I really need people to step outside of the parameters of social norms and look at shit from a more, conscious standpoint, an objective standpoint. You gotta know that there are black people who are not comfortable with you using this word. You have to know that. You have to know that. Peter, put it like this: when you say the word nigga in a certain space, not around your homies, but because you're so comfortable with saying it, because your homies allow you to say it. The minute you step outside of it, the peripheral of your homies, and you in a space where nobody ain't knowing you like that or really comfortable around you like that, and then you say that word, listen to the awkward silence that comes over the room when you say that shit. Look at somebody, just study body language. Look at somebody's facial expression. Like for real. It's like, study people's body language, man. Study that shit. It's fucked up that we gotta be the niggas who just get desensitized to that word as black people. We gotta be the niggas desensitized to that shit and just hold that L because it's a part of the the American lexicon of language. We gotta hold that. All our anxiety is disregard. Oh, well, I don't mean it like that. I didn't say it with an ER. It doesn't fucking matter, bro. Nigga is a derivative of nigger. There's no getting around that. Even for us, there's no getting around that. It's a derivative of it. We gotta be we gotta be the ones that just completely desensitize ourselves, just desensitize ourselves to the anxiety when motherfuckers say that shit. And we so socially fucked up and engineered to this shit, man. We'll jump on another nigga case for getting mad at another nigga, for getting mad at another, non-black person for saying that shit. Oh, he don't mean it like that. Oh, he from the hood. He one of us. Man, come on, man. No, he's not. He's not, bro. He's not. If I call you a racial, if we are all one, I should be able to call you that a racial epithet without you getting in your feelings about it. And even if I call you that and you don't get in your feelings about that, you laugh it off. How would your people around you feel if I said that shit about you? So this shit ain't just about, it's not just about you as an individual, man. You're speaking to a people, an entire, a sizable people who are the pillars of the culture, bro. Like, and I need them to start really coming. Hey, yo, nah, man, that shit ain't the business, bro. You really got to start setting a different precedence when it comes to this shit, bro. Because it's annoying. David Morrell ain't even mastered the English language, and he throwing the word nigga around. I don't get it. Hold on, put my window up. Maybe y'all can't hear me. I got complaints about my volume not too long ago. But that shit is whack, man. That shit is whack. David Morrell he not even mastering the English language, bro. And he saying the word nigga. Nigga. He can't wait to say it too. Oh, look at this new word that I learned. Man, come on, bro. This what we doing. Edgar Berlanga, I'm knocking this nigga out. Yo, please, Caleb Plant, please, yo, Canelo, you better not fight that dude. I need Caleb Plant to really on back. You want? All right, cool. You want your wife black? You got the you're a soul brother on the inside. You better beat the shit out of this Puerto Rican dude, bro. You better fuck this dude up badly, humiliating, which I know you will. I know you will. Edgar is easy work for you. But I need you to go in there and smack on this dude, bro. I need you to real life violate this dude. And I need David Morrell to master the English language first and understand the historicity behind the word nigga before you start just blatantly just saying that shit with reckless abandon. Fuck out of here, man. I watched the interview with Nims about a year or two ago. I don't know if I spoke on it or not, but he was like, man, because he's a Puerto Rican dude. When you look at Nims, you don't see no Irish man. You see a Puerto Rican dude. Like I didn't know he was mixed. Because his Taino ancestry really permeates through his genes. And he said in the interview he was like, man, I quit saying that shit, bro. I quit saying that shit. Like I don't want to be an enemy. I don't want to be combative. Every time I say that shit, I got people looking at me sideways and shit like that, and they feeling some type of way about it, and I don't mean it in that manner. And you look like a fool trying to argue against somebody who's feeling some type of way, who's feeling offended by the word by you saying that word. And it took him years to come to the. I think he's like in his 40s now. He's like, it took me years to come to this conclusion. Like, but nah, man, I can't say that shit no more. I took that shit out of my vocabulary, and I'm salute. You dig what I'm saying? Like, not super thank you because it's a word you shouldn't have been saying in the first place. But that's just that's the level of thinking that I need from other Latinos. That's the level of thinking I need from them. That word is not going to resonate with you the way it resonates with us. When you hear somebody say that shit, you get activated to start saying it more. When we hear an outsider saying that shit, we get offended. Who the fuck? What? Nah, homie. No, we ain't for none of that. We ain't with none of that. Wow, man, my car. I gotta call these people today again. But nah, bro, just that just that's the type of time that I'm on, man. David Morrell, do better. That's all I gotta say. Do better. Learn the language. Learn the historicity of the word, because that's not a word that I'm sure y'all not afflicted by that word over there in the island of Cuba, like how we are up here. I'm sure they call you that. I'm sure they slide through Havana and call all y'all that. You dig? The Yoruba tribe is very much so present, in the presence of the Cubans down there. But that just nah, son, that ain't it. That ain't it at all, man. Learn the language first, at the very least, my nigga. God damn. But I'm out. I'm heading in here to work to do what it is that I do. I get what y'all.